purport of this sort of this discussion is to create record of how the various supply chain partners handle this situation. Each one of them have their own challenges in overcoming it, and it is to record. And one thing is it's for posterity, that is for the long term. Next one is most important is to tell our students, look, this is how our people have handled this situation. It's a lesson for them. That's number one. And mostly, as I told you over phone yesterday, it will be on how you handle the your own people, because asking them to come is not that easy, because it's easy to ask CFOs to work, but how will you ensure that people come and work? That is number one. And number two, the direction from the government is to give free storage. How did you handle that? How was it possible for you to do it? And then how did you handle this police situation? So these are all the 4 or 5 questions which I have. But before that, please tell me about you and your organization, sir. I know, but this is for the public, I have to say, from your mouth.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Actually, director of Sattva Logistic Group.
It's also a strange coincidence. Both of us are Padmanabhan. Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay. And actually, this is the logistics industry started by chairman, the family concern, 1995, end 96 beginning. Basically, we started with the consulting of shipping related activity for almost 5 years, managing container freight stations, inland container depot, warehousing management, port handling, feasibility study. All they have done almost 5 years. And I joined him in 95. Of course, chairman is my father. And we worked together, and I reported to him, and with his support, guidance, I started learning it. If you see my background, I'm a chartered accountant, cost management accountant. Of course, I'm a BSc Science Physics graduate. My experience was more on finance for almost 10 years before this. Since my father started, so I joined the company and start learning container shipping, cargo, and new terms, everything like tonnage, TUs, all new to me because it is not here of in finance terms. Of course, the commercial knowledge, with the help of chartered accountancy, it will more helpful to me in terms of getting each and every act, rules, and regulations to follow strictly. But the background is very useful to me. Of course, my father helped me almost 10 years on every second basis. We together, we work together, stay together, go together everywhere, including commercial negotiation, marketing, customer relationship, dealing with governments, authorities, everything I started learning from him. That's the way I started a company in India along with my father. Of course, in 2000, we ourselves started container freight stations, inland container depot. In the month of April, we started Pondicherry and subsequently Chennai, same month. After that, we started expanding ourselves in the same area of shipping, warehousing. We started acquiring additional land because of the capacity. We reached around 60%. We thought of having one more CFS in Chennai. We started acquiring second CFS. We started in rail-based ICD and rail operation at Pondicherry. It's around 72 kilometers by rail from Central. Also, we started in Pondicherry. Also, we started a warehousing facility. After that, we started a facility at Ambur. Basically, the leather cluster for export of a lot of leathers and mango pulp and granite. So we started a facility near to the exporter's place. Also, we started a warehousing facility near Gumdipulli. Also, we created an additional facility 3 years back in Vizag as a CFS. And incidentally, we are planning to start coming month, probably next month at ICD at Bangalore.
Bangalore. Oh, wonderful, sir. Congratulations. Congratulations.
From 10 acres land with a full 1 lakh square foot warehouse facility with the container yard, everything. We already created a facility and we already got all the approvals in hand except some final connectivity with the computers and other things by the government. once it is started. Most probably it will be done through bank linking and also connectivity. Hopefully we'll start month of July. The overall program as such we have. Of course, we are focused, except Kerala, we focused almost all the southern India, including Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, and Tamil Nadu, Pondicherry. They almost cover all the places. So we have 7 customs facilities. Of course, we have 3 locations. We have general warehousing facility. We also started operating total logistics solution for few big importers like Top Italy, the OC monitors manufactured from Taiwan. So we provide total solution for in India for distributions from the port till delivery. Something I got a message that speaker is not working. Is it okay?
No, it's okay. There was certain disturbance, so I didn't want to curtail your flow. Anyway, that can be edited, sir. No problem. Please go.
And subsequently, we created a total. We also operate Ford and Hyundai container yard inside the factory in Chennai. So we operate almost last 7 years Ford factory total logistics solution from the port till shop floor. We distribute their cargo for imported cargo. Like Hyundai also, we do similar pattern of managing their container yard inside their factory. Also, we are providing a similar facility at Ford Senat factory also. Also, we handle one CFOs in Chennai for handling warehouse equipment handling, especially on the restackers, grade, everything we are providing it.
Okay.
Of course, we have a trucking division also. Take care of our own movements of cargo. That is also available. Of course, we have a good infrastructure in terms of restackers. We have around 27 restackers in southern India across all the unit. Also, we have more than 50 to 60 forklifts today and more than 15 cranes. Of course, the trucks are more than 130 trucks are there in across southern India. And this is the background of our company. And of course, we touched around 120 crores of turnover last year. Of course, there is a hopefully this year going to be almost maintained. We have to wait and watch how the trade going to behave.
Yes. But one thing I would tell you, your biggest strength is your relationship with people, sir.
Thank you.
That's your biggest relationship. In fact, even for our custom clearance people, our unit, they'll say whenever there is a choice, okay, if ordinary, I mean, it's moving on its own, we have no control. Whenever it is given to us, we'll always, people say, we'll give it in writing, please move to Sattva. People are so friendly. I mean, that management culture, that ethos have gone down well into your organizational culture. That's your biggest, I should say, the biggest contribution from your side, from the family and management to the organization you have done. So that reflects, that reflects on the organization because my people do not know you, nor Narsi, okay? And even, in fact, even this was news to me because I am not in the day-to-day operation. They said whenever there is, always we move to 90% of our clearances are only from Sattva. That is
actually, it is all. It's not only the management. It's all my colleagues are, as you mentioned that, and most of those are, started their career with us. 20 years back, they elevated to the, director level and middle manager and president level.
Yeah.
They know the in and out of the, how customers to be, taken care.
Yeah.
As you mentioned about the friends from custom brokers, basically they only experience our service, literally, even though porters and are all sitting outside. So the service level, probably I'm sitting in the corporate office, but the person in the yard, he is experiencing the service. So he should be has to be taken care of, in terms of giving a good service. I mean, that's the purpose. As you mentioned, possibly we are always keep 60% of our capacity. We don't go beyond 60% capacity. Even during COVID time, we restricted to 60%. Beyond that, we said no, we will not handle it. If you go 110, 120% capacity, the service level go to be very bad.
Naturally.
Delivery level and other issues.
Yeah. Now, sir, most important thing, the purpose of this talk. This is something unique which we have not experienced. I am now 60. I only heard about certain World War II stories from my father and the grandmother. The world has not witnessed this kind of situation. Most certainly in Chennai, we have not done it. Now there is technology has come up in real big way, and therefore whatever is happening, it spreads wildly, the information. The first thing that comes to my mind is, uh, how did you manage your people? See, you have been asked to work. We are under essential category. We have to work first. How did you manage to convince your people to come and work? How will they come? Are they staying in your premises itself, or they every day they come and go? I presume at least 300 to 400 people must be working in every facility. Nearly, no? Yeah. How did you manage that, sir?
Okay. We started in March 16th itself. We had a meeting anticipating there's going to be a problem because it is happening across the world. So we had a core committee meeting discussing about how to handle, because we don't know what is the Janata curfew, we don't know what is the lockdown. You know, internationally the lockdown is there, and internationally all the ports are running, including China. Even during the difficult times, they started running the port. They are not shut down the port. What I understand, it took few hours, few days. So we know it is a very essential as far as the port operation concern, and especially on the import side and export side, we have to take care of all our customers. And I can even tell you 95% of my volume coming through customer recommendation only, not by the other agencies. So 95% is moved by my customers. So the objective is, I should take care of my customer, first priority. So we had a meeting on 16th of March and identifying, what are the critical area and how to handle the critical areas. In terms of equipments, in terms of security and safety of the cargo, that's very important today, because there is no person available across thing. Even the police are occupied in different job. There is a lot of antisocial element to come and grab the opportunities. So we have to take care of the safety and security in terms of fire safety, in terms of cargo safety, in terms of storing a cargo. Everything we have to take care of in advance.
Yes.
We anticipate there going to be a drop in manpower requirement. So we have identified the security level, and we had a meeting with the securities and ensured this. They'll be given a accommodation in our place, and we'll provide a food for them, or 24/7, 3 times a day, and all the facility we have promised them, they will be providing it. Subsequently, we come to know securities are exempted. They can move around and come, but we never anticipated on 16 there going to be an exemption given. So the first thing is safety and security we take care of this. As far as people concerned, we have decided who are nearby places, who are having a bike or walkable distance. We identified the people and ensured this they are all in order in terms of health. They should not have basically a diabetic or heart patient or anything. We identify the people so that they'll be critical people. They don't want to come to the place and do this. So we identify the category wise people health parameter. The first time we come to know, do you know what are their health categories? Generally, we don't go on privacy of their health, but still, this situation we want to identify who are all fit to come to the office in terms of COVID background. Also, we identify the area wise, each unit wise, each activity wise. So, like export, who will be in charge, who will be the critical person, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, one is not coming, two should take over. And also, we ensure this, one should continue till the second person come and take over. So, they'll be staying at a place day and night in case somebody is not able to join also. So, that way, we made a link of each person, category wise. Like export separately, import handling separately, in terms of supervisor, gate supervisors, and the overall control. Also, in the labor categories, very big challenge in the labor category, but somehow we were able to manage first 2 months with extremely good labor. Because all North Indian laborers, we use almost 60% of the North Indian laborers. And they're all very happy to stay, and we provided food, we given accommodation. They're all very happy to stay and work. After the rail started moving, suddenly they said they want to go home and come back. And we told them, no, we book a ticket next 2 months with family, go there and come back. We want to go now. Because if you go there, again, there will be a very hot in the north. Also, the situation is very bad. While traveling, you will get some infection. But they said they want to go. I mean, that is the family attachment to them. Of course, we have to accept their request. We cannot say no to them. So once the police given a permission, most of the laborers left almost 20 days back. So we are facing problem last 20 days, not before this. Fortunately. So difficult time, they all helped us. Of course, we taken care, we provided a salary, whether they were, because we pay on piecemeal basis or activity basis. If they do so many containers, we pay so much. But during this time, we worked out last 3 months average. So every employee what they work on. So we compensated, in terms of even though there is no work in terms of export unloading, we are not getting any cargo. And imports also a lot of cargo is stuck, so they are not able to load it. So they are not able to do the in terms of per day revenue. There is a lot of drop in revenue, but we compensated with previous 3 months average. Are you able to hear, sir?
There is some breakage, so కొంచెం mic మేலே వెక్కను.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So that way, can I start now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So that way, as far as the labor concerned, we handle their product, salary and their family. Of course, there's a big challenge with reference to the movement of trucks from the CFS to the port to CFS. First day, we had a lot of issues with the police. Subsequently, police given a permission, and what we do generally, whenever we start a new leg, say for example, from my port to CF, Chennai port. So this is the first time we move trucks, so we always put one person in the front by car. So we will go to every police, give this, there is the essential service you have to allow. And once it is started, then they start allowing other trucks also. Like this, we go to Kattupalli, the similar thing, because we have to go district to district, because it's a different district. So the first time, we got that approval process, then the trucks start moving. But there is a lot of challenge from the family members. I used to get a call from the wife or mother or father saying, there's so much problem, why you are putting pressure. We told them, actually, I told them they are very safe in the office than the house. That's a practical, because if they stay with the house, they are not going to stay in, because they're all youngsters. Basically, they don't stay in the house. They go around, probably they play cricket or they play carom along with other family, other adjacent house. I told them, actually, they stay in my place and really protected, because less crowded, and they don't interact. They always deal with their work. But
Yes.
Naturally, the family attachment there. So I may not force them to come. Where whoever comes, we give an option, and we actually we work 3 days and give 3 days holiday like this, so that people will come 3 days and take off 3 days, so that family also feel that they'll be staying with them for 3 days. They will not stay with the other. That way, they have some comfort we created. But that's the way we handle laborers, we handle drivers of trucks, we handle junior staffs and senior staffs also. The similar pattern we worked out across all the unit.
This is fantastic, sir. This is something which I have not heard, because there's so much that goes on. See, we only see the container coming and going. Behind container coming and going, that is a final output. There is so much, first in terms of the human involvement, they have to manage. And it must be a challenge for you now that the North Indian labor have left. And how are you managing with do you get the enough local labor?
No, sir. Actually, what happened, there is a defined work. Something will be done only North Indian, something will do by Indians, South Indian. I can say Chennai people.
Yeah.
Chennai people always be a very high end. They don't do risky job or difficult job.
Laborious. Yeah.
I don't know why. It happened to me also. I said, there is some cargo urgently be loaded, carton boxes, and I told them, please load it. No, it's not my job. It's North Indian job. It is no question of who is North Indian or South Indian job. Job is a job, and difficult time you have to work. But there's a codified way. This is all work done by North Indians, all work by the South Indian, Chennai people, and that's the way the activities created over the period of time. The comfort. Basically, they want to have a lot of comfort. But it's okay. Difficult time, they're all helped us. Sometimes even my staff will load it. In case of needed. Because the customers are very important. Some sensitive cargoes, which is need for medical and other things, we have to do it different way. But we focus more on import as far as Sattva concerned. What is the advantage we have? So all imports cargoes basically on palletized, all mechanized handling. The only exports with like agriculture produce, all are come under manual loading. So actually that is stopped because the truck movements are stopped across. So we are not getting any export cargo in terms of manual loading. So that way we are not faced any difficulty because there is no cargo. It's not that we don't have manpower, but we don't have any cargo.
Correct.
So
correct.
That way we are able to manage.
Yeah.
And all imports are palletized. So that's the advantage for us, mechanized thing.
Right. Very good, sir. Now I come to that next very crucial question, sir. As per the government advice, you're not supposed to charge the storage charges for the period up to May 17th or May 3rd. May 17th or May 3rd.
Up to May 3rd.
Okay, that looks very, very, dharmic way of looking at things. But you have to run your own operations, right? And where will you get that kind of money? And you have to get things get moving, but you cannot charge for the storage. How did you manage that, sir? It was simply thrusted on you. in one single word. Am I right?
Exactly. See, what happened is, few facilities are leased basis in our place also. So leased means, I have to pay the lease rental to the owner of
True.
the place.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
lease rental generally we collect from the storage charges. Okay, I'll tell you how we worked in pricing. For example, if your unit have a capacity to handle 6,000 TUs in a month, 6,000 TUs is inward, 6,000 containers coming to the CFS in a month. We assume that we recover at 5,000 because there's once that capacity reaches, then we get it back respect. So the cost in terms of operation, like recycle, driver's salary, administrative costs, we recover it on 80% of the volume. We presume that 80% of the volume is coming, and we work out the rates based on the calculations. And also the other charges with reference to the linking to the storage, like insurance is related to the storage, and the yard maintenance, yard rental, facility rental, all come under storage. That's the way we worked out the costing in terms of charging to the customers. In the month of March, we don't face anything, but in the month of April, middle, because my CF was reached 70% capacity, 60 to 70% capacity, I cannot handle more volume. So the whole administrative cost we are getting now, okay?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, the whole cost of fixed cost actually we collected only the unit what we got it first 15 days. So like a 2,500 TUs. But I cannot increase my tariff because there's a I cannot without giving a notice to my customers, and at least we should give 21 days notice to my customers, and they have option to choose or negotiate with me. So I cannot unilaterally increase the tariff. So generally it will be collected from the storage. That the norms we all the CFS followed. Unfortunately, the volume is drop means we are not able to handle because the cargo is stuck in my place. The delivery is not happening. Generally, the delivery is happening 6 to 7 days dwell time. That the average dwell time my CFS are 6 to 7 days. But got struck for 30 days. So I'm not able to receive more cargo, but I have to incur all the expenditure, which cannot be recovered from handling because my tariffs are fixed myself, and unless I get a concurrence from the customers in 21 days prior notice, I cannot change my tariff. So one side, I'm not able to increase my volume is not able to handle more because my constraint storage capacity. And if you see storage is not able to recover it, I cannot pay lease rental or other charges. Additionally, what happened? My volume is increased. Volume storage is increased. So the cargo storage at my place also increased. I have to increase my insurance value also because compulsory I should cover all my insurance during the peak hours because they always take peak hour capacity. At any point in time, I should not cross my insurance policy value. So I have to increase the insurance volume also. So that way, a lot of cost added to this. Unfortunately, government because of the pressure from the other side, genuine. It's a genuine pressure. I am not disputing that there is no pressure, but the pressure is also genuine. But they should take via media. We had a discussion with a very senior government official. We said, okay, we'll do it. First lockdown, second lockdown, cargo start going it, and it should be relaxed. But government taken it differently. Of course, it is in subjudicial now. It's in Supreme Court. They have to wait and see how it's going to be reacted. But actually, the law created by them, it is not applicable to us. It is created for the CFOs inside the port. Because a few ports having a CFOs inside the port. So we cannot say that law is not correct, but the law is correct, but the implementation on us is, we feel it is not applicable to us.
Yeah.
That's our interpretation. But still, we are forced to give.
Yeah, it's like it's a double whammy situation, no?
Right.
On one hand, the cargo piles up. On the other hand, you cannot collect the storage charges because there is a government order. I mean, it's, let's say there is a logic, but where is the money to fund the operation? Where is the money to fund the operation? Who will give? See, I understand, I think from in Germany, the government paid back a fixed amount of money into the bank accounts of certain, all the business people. I don't know what is the yardstick they had. In UK, they returned 3 months GST amount. But in India, what they did is they gave the IT refund very fast. I got my IT refund.
It was.
That was a big saving. Suddenly some 8-9 lakhs in your account. you are happy. Okay, another 2-3 months, I can aram say go. But in this case, in your case particularly, you are more or you have to either maintain a facility, but no money. And that's the biggest challenge. This is something, and you could have negotiated lease from your landlord. Have you gone into that kind of a negotiation, sir? That could have been a
I don't know whether you're aware of it. There is a Chief Justice Delhi High Court given a judgment 3 days back.
Okay.
He says, very clearly mentioned, charity beyond beyond the law is injustice to others.
Yes.
That's the word used by him. In this.
I think I also read about it.
You cannot, one person is suffering, and other person should not be compensated, because you have to think other side also.
Other side.
How he is going to manage, whether he is having a wealth to manage. Of course, everybody is not having a business. I totally agree with you. But what the problem is, it's so much being essential service, like a doctor or people in the hospital areas and other government officials. Like we are also come under essential, and we are forced to work, and we are for the national interest, not the our own interest, because a lot of medical equipments we are cleared. And simply think, the cargo will not, essential cargo will not come alone. It will come along with other cargos. You cannot bring only essential cargo, and the cost of ship will go to be more, per container is going to bring it will be huge, like pulses, medicine equipment, and even the pharmaceutical material, even the packing material. A lot of packing materials, like HDP granules, they're all imported for basically for pharmaceutical items. So I mean, we come under essential category, and if we have done the assignment, we have done a job with all critical, with paying extra and so much cost. Unfortunately, just the order of the day, being the
See, this is one typical situation which all of us have to handle. From the client side, sir, what they say is, I am ready to pay and clear. I am allowed to move. One of the importers, he got the container. It is in the CFS, but he is not able to move. He was not able to give a bond and all. He could not execute. It took more than 10 days to execute the bond, because it has to be endorsed by the bank like that and all. It went on for quite some time. He said, this is not my fault. Then why should I pay storage? Well, there is some logic on the other side. But ultimately, who is to build the cat? Finally, it is not the government that is paying. It is the individual CFS operator who had to bear the brunt. This is one thing, sir. And finally,
what we have done through all our customers, we have sent a notice to most of the customers. Okay, we told them to exercise. A lot of options are available. So for example, Ford, we give an option to store the cargo in the warehouse, so that they will save the detention charges on the container or the storage, everything.
Correct.
And also a lot of cargo, we advise them to move to the nearby warehouses, because the warehouse and the cold storage are exempted from the day one. Including the port. So warehouse and cold storage exempted from the day one, and truck movements are exempted from 29th of March. Actually, they mentioned non-essential, essential, both are allowed from 29th of March. Of course, there is a confusion, getting a driver, all are acceptable to everybody. There are the options available. A lot of importers exercise those options. And even I can even tell you up to April 19th, there is no toll across India. So most of the cargo, and especially the transporters, made a good profit or additional saving of almost 20 to 30% on non-paying of toll cost. I'm just saying it, how they compensated, how the truck fellows are compensated. And even though they not increase the rate, importer not paid the more money, but even though they have to pay more for truck fellows, giving food and everything, giving additional wages to the driver, but somewhere it is compensated, at some extent, till 19th of April. So that way, the customers my advice to the importers, any situations, they should think of alternatives. Even though, all along there are the direct port delivery, they saved a lot of cost in terms of government. Last 2 years, there is a huge saving to the most of the importers because of the relaxation rule and given a facilitation to the importers. But in critical situation, even though they pay extra money, I think they should exercise the option and facilitate other importers to come. Assume that even though port is handled very nicely, but most of the location like Mundra and JNPT got struck, they are not able to handle more imports. Like Chennai airport, they are not able to handle more cargo. What will happen if some essential commodity has to come, some importer has to bring the cargo, because the non-availability of space, the cargo is stopped across the other countries. So they suffered because one importer or 100 importers want to save some cost, but others are getting affected because of the critical infrastructure, border critical infrastructure. So my advice, they should exercise the option. There are a lot of options are available, but they not exercise that option, anticipating. They get a free day. So why should we do it? Unfortunately, what happened this time? Generally, all the free days are given after the event.
Yeah.
But this time, government given everything in advance. Whether labor salary said you pay in advance, they given a notification on the first week of April itself. So
Yes.
they say everything is free. Why should we trouble? Of course, there's a good idea for people not to come, but sometime, on critical side, I think importer has to help other importers. It's not that helping the government or helping others. They should import their own counterpart of other importers so that everybody get benefited. I mean, that's the very critical part.
Final question, sir. You talked about the people management and the finances, how you were able to do it, and you also had a piece of advice for the how you have managed those situations. Finally, what was the uh, uh, working or attitude of the government departments like customs, port? What is your experience, sir?
No, I'll tell you, it's very peculiar this time. So I happen to have almost a daily call with the chairman from April, March, almost on 18 to 19 onwards. And we interacted. We anticipated there's going to be a problem. And we told them no, because of the criticality of the space and other things. We told them what to be included in the drafting of rule itself. So I had a personal discussion with the chairman, and he had an intern personal discussion with the secretary of the minor port and Karthik and IS, and incorporated the word of evacuation of container from the port activity. That word is included in the Tamil Nadu Gazette. And that way, like a chairman of chief commissioners, commissioners, especially on terminal operators, customs, broker association, vessel operators, work together in advance, anticipating there will be a problem, and incorporating whatever works we needed in the notification. It's all done in advance. That way, we are able to get this movement. I can even tell you, Chennai port, even though Mundra and ANPD had a problem, but Chennai port, we don't have any congestion, not even a single day.
Yes, yes.
From March 22nd onwards.
Yeah.
Even March 23, even though Janata curfew, all the CMS are worked, the trucks are moving, and also port is operated. So this is the way in which we coordinate with reference to the port activity, with reference to the terminal activity, and they're all very responsive. And we always think what next. Tomorrow would happen. What you supposed to do today? Like they moved a container, almost 14,000 container to Container Corporation of India. Incidentally, Concor can handle only 4,000 TEUs, but somehow they're able to push 14,000 TEUs Container Corporation of India so that they decongest the port. In turn, they get more imports and exports. I mean, that way, Port Trust also acted well in advance. And in customs, I can even tell you, it is remarkably good. I don't know whether you remember, I think 96, 97, the first EDA is introduced in Chennai.
Yes. Mr. Batra was the
commissioner. Chopra or somebody. I think Chopra.
Chopra or Batra?
Chopra. Sometime,
yes,
Chopra.
Yeah.
Batra is 2006, chief commissioner. So what happened during that time? There is a lot of objection from all of us. All of us mean all the trade community.
All the trade community. Yes.
How can you do it? There is a lot of error, delay. All we blamed. And whenever there is a new system is introduced, there's going to be a hiccup because it is not tested. Whatever software they are building is not tested. It is tested on live, and there will be always there will be some issues. Always there will be a complaint. Always ask for relaxation, all or stoppage of this. It's happening. Lot of introductions is done. So many incorporation of the software, especially customs. But during COVID time, there is no single objection from anybody that they want to implement EDI and in total. And I can even tell you, especially on the custom side, commissioner side, both the import and export commissioners, because I personally interact with them, they improve such a way that even the mild communications, how instead of calling them, how the communication should be reached, what type of portal they should approach, what type of activity they should come. Literally, they say don't come to thing. Even though we call us GST, zero border. Borders are removed. In India, one act, one rule, one nation, one rate, all we introduced. But COVID created a lot of border, not only the state border, not only the district border, but also the so each zone they had a border now.
Yes, yes, yes.
Probably street also have a border today. You cannot
Yeah,
cross without
yes,
approval.
yes,
So
yes.
there's so much border is created. Literally, COVID says socially, you have to distancing it, but the custom says digitally we are together. That way, they made introduce the peopleless, faceless, or remote assessments, and I mean that way it is very helpful in terms of
Remarkable.
custom.
Yes,
And
yes.
anything you wanted, you just call them on the phone. They give on the phone approval. Even sometimes they give an approval in WhatsApp to the other users. Go ahead. I mean, that way, they are very proactive this time. I can tell you this. Of course, I'm dealing with customs for last 10 years personally, closely, but remarkably good.
All right, sir. So nice of you. It's about more than 36 minutes. We have exceeded. I'm sorry, I robbed you of 6 minutes more than 30 minutes.
I can add some more also
Yes, sir.
in terms of what we provide additionally in terms of PPP equipment, personal protective equipments. All our customers, they come inside, giving a mask and washing, thermal scanners, everything we install every locations, and we request the members, we also got the confirmation or declaration from the individual who are coming first time, whether they travel abroad or they travel across the states. First time they come to our place, and also they declare saying the family have anybody is entered or staying along with them. So the declaration, including our employees, including all business, all our CHA friends, so that we want to ensure this others are protected, because one person entering it by mistake or without knowing them, is carrying it. So we want to ensure this also, that ensure everything is going smooth in the summer.
Perfect, sir. Perfect. So nice of you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank
Wish
you,
you
sir.
good luck. Wish
Thank
you
you,
good
sir.
luck, sir. Thank you.